Y'all already know what time it is. It is time for the mess, honey. What's the business, y'all? This be your boy Skyler by Nature TV, and we're here for another episode of Yassss for the Mess, and we're here to talk about Candiace, Dillard and Joseline Hernandez, okay? Now, we already know that earlier this week, well, at this point last week, Joseline Hernandez went on the Wendy Williams show. They got into a not so heated spat, but Joseline decided to go on her show and give Wendy Williams a piece of her everlasting mind, okay? And I talked about this a couple of days ago here on Yassss for the Mess, okay? Now, there are people out there that are speaking their minds as well on Wendy and Joseline's situation. One of those people being reality star from the Real Housewives of Potomac being Candiace Dillard, okay? Now, I know that for the last couple of weeks she spoke her mind on a couple of things that's been going on in the blogs. I think the week before last we discussed Fallon from the Housewives of Atlanta. She got recently is separated from her husband. They both announced it, and then not too long after the news came out, not too long after the news came out, Candiace went online on Twitter and said she believes that these girls really just get on reality TV just to get divorced. Now, a lot of people felt like she was coming at Fallon when she said that, and I also thought she was coming at Fallon because, I mean, let's just be real about it. Fallon had just announced her separation with her husband, and then this girl comes out with a tweet about girls coming on reality TV just to be divorced. You know, Candiace got a big ass mouth. She always gonna speak her mind on whatever she wants to speak her mind on, so it is what it is. So with all that being said, after Joseline Hernandez and Wendy Williams spat on live television, Candiace Dillard Bassett took to her Instagram to speak her mind on the situation, and this is what she had to say.
Hey y'all! So, very quickly, I just felt compelled to speak on this. Wendy, hey girl, just did an interview with Joseline Hernandez on Wendy's show this morning. And Joseline went off on this diatribe about how Wendy needs to be better about uplifting women and stop being mean, etc., etc. And this is a sentiment that has been echoed by a lot of mostly reality stars, but a lot of women in regards to Wendy and the way that she does her job. And I may get some flack for this, but I have to say that all of you Joseline Hernandez's, and I love Joseline, let me say, I personally love Joseline. I think she is the perfect example of unapologetically who she is. She's up from the mud, right? Like she said it in the interview, she comes from nothing and she has worked her way into, selling her own show to a network. She's scrappy, she's funny, she's a hustler, she gets it done. And I always, and will always tip my hat to, especially a woman of color, who can do that. So let me give that caveat before I say that all of y'all need to stop crying and expecting these journalists, entertainment or otherwise, to have your back.
You're one of the top.
That's not Wendy's job. And I say this as someone who has been subject to Wendy's tirades. She's gone in on me. Wendy, she has not always been nice to me or my reality TV counterparts, or any counterparts in entertainment. No one is safe, okay? With Wendy, no one is safe. But you have to understand, that's her job. It's not her job to woo, stroke your ego and be nice to you and make you feel good about your choices, good, bad, or indifferent. Why? Why do you want Wendy to stop reporting the news and opine in the way that she does? That's her job. If you don't like it, don't watch her show, don't do an interview with her, and then go about your merry business. But this whole notion of Wendy needs to be nicer. Listen, you know Wendy from the radio? That bitch is nice now compared to what she was. And Wendy has not all. And if you don't like it as a celebrity, don't do an interview with her. You know, and then she's still going to talk about you because that's what she does. But that's what she does. She's an entertainment. Okay, just remember Wendy from her radio days, and then like fast forward to her 6-week sneak peek of her show, and the way that she toned down. Journalist. Her job is to talk about people in entertainment. Stop taking it personally, because I don't feel like she goes home and is thinking about you or me or Joseline or Brad Pitt. She's not thinking about us. She does her job, like you go and do your job, and then she goes home. It's not her responsibility to save the world, to save all of us. That's all.
Now, that is what Candiace Dillard Bassett had to say in regards to Joseline's tirade on the Wendy Williams show. Now, Joseline Hernandez has since responded to what she said, and this is what Joseline had to say. And by the way, the video that I just played, and this tweet, well, not really tweet, this Instagram post comes from the reality TV source. Let me shout them out. The reality TV source, that's their Instagram name. Now, this is what Joseline had to say in response to this. She said, "You mean to tell me a face full, huh?" I wish this bitch would read and proofread before she gets on here posting shit. She's so fucking dumb. Anyway, what she meant to say was, "You mean to tell me you get a face full of makeup just to say this? Paid $300 just to talk about me? Girl, mind your business. Big bank take little bank, including taking Wendy's." Now, that is what Joseline had to say in regards to Candiace Dillard, okay? I don't know what the fuck she was trying to say besides mind your business, okay? Now, this is what Scotty has to say about this. Now, while Candiace may have a point, I think that this is another case of right message, wrong messenger, because Candiace wants to tell Joseline not to take things seriously or don't cry when bloggers or journalists have some things to say about Joseline, but yet she is the main one that will cry in a second when someone says something remotely negative about her. So I just don't see how she can sit up here and tell everybody else that they don't need to be crying about it. Oh yes, Wendy has gone in on me, Wendy has done this. Yes, Wendy goes in on everybody, and that is her job. But Candiace, those bloggers that you were talking about are also doing their job. As ridiculous as it may be, that's their job. They're here to report the news. And sometimes you have got mad with certain bloggers for reporting the news, even accused certain cast members of paying bloggers for reporting the news because it wasn't in your favor. Like, at the end of the day, you and Joseline can really kick rocks when it comes down to the situation, because at the end of the day, it all goes hand in hand. Y'all are entertainment people. Y'all are going to always be judged. Y'all are always going to be written about. Y'all are always going to have a video made about y'all. It is what it is. It's the same thing with me. I'm a YouTuber. Everybody's not going to agree with me. Everybody is not going to like what I do, okay? But the thing is, with me, just like you told, just like, not even just Joseline, just everybody else, if you don't like what Wendy does, y'all can tune out. If you don't like what Wendy does, don't book no interview with her. It's really that simple. It's really that simple. Just like I always say, if you don't like what I gotta say, then don't watch me. If I don't have the same views as you and you can't handle that and it's uncomfortable for you, then you don't watch me. That's just the basis of the situation, okay? Really, it is. Now, like I said, Candiace does have a great message, just like Joseline had a great message to Wendy, but both of these two people are not the right messengers for it. Joseline is not the right person to tell another black woman to give a woman her flowers and to stop being so mean to black women when she has been mean and said a lot of disgusting, vile things to black women herself. And Candiace, even though you do have a point about how these celebrities and reality stars need to stop crying about what these bloggers or what these, television show hosts says, or the journalists, you need to take your own advice, because you too have gotten upset about bloggers saying this and that about you when they were only doing their job. The same way Wendy was only doing her job when she was talking about Joseline. So both of y'all are hypocrites to me. And I think that both of y'all need to just stay in your lane and just shut the hell up. That's just my opinion. But with that being said, you guys, this was Yassss for the Mess. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, and share this video. And my Instagram and my Twitter is at the bottom of the video. With that being said, you guys, I'm out of here. Until my next video, I'll talk to you later. Peace out.